Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. It's the 11th hour, it's literally 11:59. Take a deep breath. So this is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for June 21st to the 22nd. 22 seems to be a big number coming up here. I'm going to pull an energy card for you guys first. So again, this is Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for June 21st to the 22nd. Since it is now midnight, just turned to midnight. All right, let's see what the energy deck has for you right now. We have the Magician and the Mirror. 53 is the Knight of Swords. Rushing in with the truth, the messenger of truth, the knight in shining armor, and God in his pajamas in the middle of the night. You caught him off guard. I wasn't expecting this at midnight. My cupboards are bare. I have no food to serve you. You caught me in my pajamas. The underlying energy is the strategy. So, right, he's caught off guard, unable to plan ahead of time, which is okay, off the fly, off the cuff. Okay, the underlying energy is strategy of the 21, the world, making a plan for the world to complete things. But you caught him off guard. He's got nothing to offer at the moment. Needs time to make a plan. So this is the three cards together, so you can see the energy for all three cards together. Okay. Okay, very interesting starting out. All right, so I'm going to get right into the read. There's a lot of messages here. The SIRIAN STARSEED deck, which is the main deck for this read, for those of you not familiar with my reads, it's a 7-deck read. The SIRIAN STARSEED is the main deck. We have the Mini Rider Waite. We have the Tarot Sexual Magic, Romance Angels, the Numerology deck, Universal Golden Tarot, as well as the Gilded Tarot. And we're going to get started. The SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 11:01 this afternoon. And at 11:11, I saw AS, but I was getting ass, like someone's being an ass. And then 11:21 to 22, I was getting even of crystals. So that can reference crystals or it can reference money, anything having to do with pentacles. But there's an evening here. And then I finished clarifying this read at 11:30 to 31 this afternoon. So 11 is the Justice card, and then 30 and 31 are the 4 and 5 of Wands. And today also adds up to, or the 21st added up to 31. So that was a significant number, which is the 5 of Wands, the expansion energy, conflict and battles, but also has to do with games and competition and the quest for the impossible dream and the pursuit of happiness. So they're just all in the perspective, how you look at things. We had the major arcana in this read were Ascension, Transition, and Tower. Ascension is like the world, and then Transition is the Death card and Tower. And then before the read, because I always pull a few cards on either end of the read, we had Reflection, which is the Hermit, and then after the read, the Star came up. We had 3 swords, 2 wands, 1 cup, and 2 pentacles, so mostly swords in this read, which is about being too much in your head or perhaps intellectualizing about something, doing research, that kind of thing. We had, as far as the court cards, the Page of Cups, and before the read was the Knight of Wands, after the read, the King of Cups. As far as the numbers in the code line, it was all about rebirth. And we had 666s and 999s, as well as double 5s. Double 5s, 55 is the truth. It's the Ace of Wands, or excuse me, the Ace of Swords. And again, 666. All right, so that can be shadow energy coming up. And then we have 999. But really, 6 and 9 are all about service energy. 6 is service on a community and family level, whereas 9 is service on a worldwide or universal level. It's all about compassion. So the code line being all about rebirth. And the code line number, let's see, we had 2 and 5. So 7 was the number for the code line from 2 and 7, or excuse me, 2 and 5. And then some of the other numbers here were 25, which is the Knight of Wands, 56, which is the Two of Swords, 67, which is that Knight of Pentacles, the 67, which again, the numbers 6 and 7 come up a lot in this read. That happened yesterday as well. And then 69, which is the Ace of Pentacles, and then 79, which is the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow. In a lesser sense, we also had 35, which is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior. So the code line being all about rebirth. Some of the information from yesterday's read was coming up again to be reviewed again. But the energy here was a Christos Sophia student lovers in their knowing, floating out in the cold or in the Mary Magdalene cave without light. It's like the hermit without the light. Or in other words, the twins being in the womb again, because this is about the rebirth. So again, a Christos Sophia student lovers, because you are one, you're two, but you're one and one of two. So the Christos Sophia student lovers in their knowing and floating in the Mary Magdalene cave without any light in the womb, out in the cold together, as in the rebirthing process. So yesterday, the sevens were coming up as far from the Bible of the trumpeters, the chalices, the trumpeters, and the plagues. And then I was being guided to bring them up as the 7 days that the world was made, 7 days. So there's some recap coming up here as soon as I started the coding here. So yesterday, the first 3 days were all about land and sea, the rivers and springs, the burn, boils, and blood. The 4th day, the middle day, the day of darkness, the underworld, where there's no light, you can't see. The 5th day, the throne of the beast, the sores and the whirlwind of the locust, preparing for day 6 of humans, right, when man was made, the frog demons, as they were referenced yesterday, and the vehicles of war, or in other words, the army of kings. And on the 7th day, on the air, the human breathes and learns to go within. The 11th hour, the moment before the storm, the moment before the storm, I wrote something about feet, but now I can't figure out what I wrote. The moment before the storm, I was reading the wrong line, that's why. So, and on the 7th day, on the air, the human breathes and learns to go within. The 11th hour, the moment before the storm, the 0-point warning to stay where you are, as the earth quakes beneath your feet, and 10 Hail Marys, or Ho'oponoponos, with your beads. The moment of silence, the calm before the storm, the prayer before your work week and meals, a daily spiritual practice to keep you at 0 point in the present moment. When the frog human, the king, steps down to become the Prince Charming and speak his truth. To become, to be the seed, the source of all creation. So, something that came up online here also was a brief guide of the week 5 nightfall. So it said, and this is some kind of game or something like that, but Savathun's song, Destiny 2, it was from reddit.com. Clear the ogres quickly, and you'll have a fine orb dunk to execute. Be sure if you aren't the dunker that you are shooting down the 2 wizards that spawn in. Savathun uses seeker orbs in her final health bar, and these are her deadliest moves, but she doesn't last very long, and with a fire team, you should keep reviving each other. And then from Wiktionary, the words of the day were coming up: earworm, which is a tune that keeps replaying in one's head, or the corn earworm, or in other words, pests in agriculture. And the foreign word was va in Vietnamese, to shovel, but they're referencing to shovel, food in from a rice bowl into your mouth using chopsticks. And then the letter F, and I'm losing my voice already. So the masculine's throat chakra has been activated all week, and it was coming up again in the energy deck again before I did this read. The letter F was also coming up, and besides the fact that it's the letter F and the musical note F, it's also short for forte, frequency, focal length, and feminine. And yeah. And then the acronym ANS was coming up, which means an answer. It also means some people, or rather, or before. Some people an answer, students of heating up orbs to make them rise, feel left out in the rebirthing process. And orbs were coming up a lot in the header as well. Okay, so today is the 22nd now. It just became the 22nd. Yesterday was the 21st with the 31. So today is the 22 of the Fool, along with the 32, which is the Journey, the 6 of Wands. So we have the Fool, the Fool's Journey today. That's perfect, because that's what the Tarot is all about, the Fool's Journey. And that's what today is, the Fool and the Journey card. Well, that doesn't happen very often. Today's the day. So at 12:14 I started this read. The 6 of Orbs is where we start, which is this big card here on the bottom here. And that 6 of Swords is upright, and beneath that were the Knight of Wands, Reflection, which is the Hermit, 9 of Cups, and 6 of Cups. They were all upright except for the 6 of Cups, which was reversed. So moving to peace of mind, after the Knight of Wands reflects on what makes them happy and what does not, the childhood wounding. Hermiting with light and happy with self, perhaps not with the kids at the moment, but finding peaceful waters out of choppy waters by diving back under, only socializing a little bit at a time. Depression and loss of hope, the King of Swords reversed, dumped or in the dumps, or purging, overwhelmed, starting over in love. Holding back feelings, delays in communication and travel, happy even though suffering in silence, or purging about a move or moving, visiting, or ending a marriage, instability, or just instability in general. So passionately moving, rushing in, without sleep or unrest, rising above, awakening and coming out, the Knight of Pentacles, loyal, humble servant, offering help to the Emperor to get over the grieving process with the past, or perhaps with some kids who have been difficult recently, or just going through a hard time. The Emperor thinking about greener pastures, a green dress, military greens, medical booties, and ski boots, or neutral or natural shoes replacing their snakeskin, a simpler life. The Knight of Pentacles is the one that becomes the Emperor naturally, wanting to serve and help others get over their heartache and grief. Being physical every day, getting plenty of rest and meditation, and no hard work at all, only inspiration. The Three of Pentacles is reversed, issues at work, getting along, financial issues or third-party rejection, co-workers acting like babies, and Mercury retrograde, which is why I can't talk right now. Co-workers acting like babies, entitled or without confidence or overconfident, completing an emotional cycle or end to a family cycle of the Page of Pentacles, student or opportunity, an invitation, or just seeing the rainbow, enlightenment. Or two kids, the Page of Cups reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright. One may be whiny and the other driven with school, or a good student. One misses school and the other not, or both have mixed feelings about being home versus being at school. Let go of control issues, and worth waiting for comes up beneath that for the masculine as the underlying energy. But I'm still losing my voice here. It's not letting up, actually. So the wounded warrior telling his woes of the Queen of Swords reversed, or while the Queen of Swords reversed, is mirroring of his flirtations and withholding feelings, heated exchange with the King of Swords reversed. Butt cleavage and boob cleavage and foot and toe cleavage as well came up here. No more taking bites of the apple or putting out milk for lovebirds to drink. The King of Swords is giving up third parties or flirtations, and the Queen of Swords is giving up mirroring other military men, right? Being the war widow. The monk key hanging to fix their right elbow, their funny bone, trying to make a funny to keep things light. It's in his DNA, the flame in his funny bone, or inflamed elbow, or making a muscle, reflecting each other's behavior of wanting to get back at each other, and the monkey or the monk key in the middle, hanging out, flirting, while meanwhile hurting each other, being prideful, and that was at 1250, which is the hangman and the 10 of cups. This thing doesn't work between the twins unless you both do the work. So intuition comes up here at 1250, the hangman and the 10 of cups, and my voice is still gone. I'm having trouble with my throat right now. All right, so intuition with the number 22, which is the day's date today, 22, and the happy ending underneath that of the 93. The Knight of Swords is reversed, and the Queen of Wands is upright here, holding his tongue while the Queen of Wands looks the other way. Completion as the world opens their heart to him at the new moon eclipse, separation, heartbreak, or chest pain releases as the Page of Pentacles student or opportunity takes precedence over the King of Pentacles reversed, perhaps losing money and status, perhaps for a big love with his eye on the Holy Grail, or learning to be his inner child again, or seeing that even if him and a child are very different and perhaps they don't always see eye to eye, there can still be a big love when you stay focused on what's really important. Pride in your frogness, as well as your need for vanilla wafers or cookies, that being grown up or mature doesn't mean letting go of the need to have fun and be light or be childlike. Allowing each other's differences to shine. What makes you, you. The Ace of Cups is self-love and spiritual love and new love, finding peace, getting over self, and the grieving process with new opportunities or an invitation or project or research, studying the gold coin perhaps, discovery. The King of Swords reversed, giving up his old ways, using his intuition now, the 22, free to leap and have faith. In the recent past is the 9 of Swords upright, acutely aware of love and not having it, suffering in silence and longing to be at peace, sharing or now settling out with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, or the Queen of Pentacles is offering clarity to the Knight of Wands who's powerless, without independence, or financially drained and disconnect, dealing with kids, or for some, 2 sets of kids, the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles reversed. And that could be a kid who likes to spend money. And my voice is still not fully in use yet. I've never gone through a whole read like this before. The Empress is upright in joy, or coming together with others while the world is upside down, or others in the 5D world, or otherworldly with negative pasts, or dealing with difficult kids, or kids who are suffering in silence and purging. A smokestack came up as the candle finished. Her candle burned out long before her legend ever did. So Marilyn Monroe was coming up here, and she was getting me to write down the time because it was 1:06 to 7, which is bringing up again the 6 and the 7 of the 9, or the Knight of Pentacles, the loyal, humble servant, and that she played her role. Okay, so she's saying, we all have our part to play, and she played hers. The foundation here is the Page of Cups reversed, vulnerable, shy, and standing up to others, but perhaps choking on their words because the Page of Cups is immature. They don't know how to express their feelings. No option but the pursuit of happiness, a quest for the impossible dream. The infant cries because it has no other way to get attention, to get fed or get comfort, It's a cry for help at 111. There's no option but to take the high ground, to play without calling time out. Sports without a judge, only deliberations on who gets the ball first. There's no option but to fight the past fears of speaking or charging, or mama's boy always doing as they're told, to keep their mother's love, the one who feeds them, cleans them, comforts and hugs them, and makes them happy at 116, which is the magician in the tower. But of course we know not all mothers are that ideal mother. So now we have 117, which is magician and the star. The central energy here is the Five of Wands upright, the pursuit of happiness, complete contentment, offering time, money, and energy, a new life and or a payoff, to the upside down world, or the sealed divine feminine in the 5D world, with synchronicities, guarded truth in the never-ending story to be strong, lion, prideful, looking good and tidy per mama, and the injustice of it all, defending one's pride, the mother lion's role. Her worth is dependent on how her pride turns out. The summer heat, the scorcher, the twilight zone episode when the sun falls out of orbit toward Mother Gaia, scorching her. If the sun betrays the mother, there is no life on earth. She threatens, I brought you into this world and I can take you out. This is codependency. Love expects nothing in return, but pulls in more love in abundance. Both recovery from out in the cold, mothering each other, both mothers, both sons, feeling each other and what they've both been through. And that was at 123 to 24, which is the King and Queen of Wands, and all of a sudden I got really hungry. The challenge being here is the two swords of clarity coming in and knocking you off balance. So you may get all the information you want suddenly, but then that might knock you off balance, so then you need to ground and integrate. Being strong, or Leo or ego pacifying the beast and spending all of his money. Or being strong and losing power, money, and independence. Or Leo with draining dependent, or with spending issues, or making a big purchase. The King of Cups eclipsed or deceived, or the King of Cups Cancer, or with Cancer moon or rising, trying to avoid the sun downing. And then I was getting, don't let the sun go down on me. So that was coming up. So not so sudden events from this eclipse for Cancer and Leo, the mother and the lion's son. The mother eclipsing, Cancer, out the sun for a moment, Leo. The masculine mother and the feminine lion, son, pride. The devil waves, letting go to repair or patch up by presenting the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me, Source, Creator, God, Love. Capricorn to Cancer. Death be not proud, for when you're dead, you cannot live as a human. Clinging or a Scorpio reverse, spreading the word, news or message of the Queen of Wands, leaving, dumping, or overwhelmed, or sticking their butt in the Page of Swords' face, or another, again, Scorpio reversed, overwhelmed by patient angel or Sagittarius, always fighting, competing, conflicted, or on a quest, or playing games, starting over in love, in the state of emergency, or in a breakdown, up or through, to presenting the whole truth and ending the pain, so that the worst is now over. And I still have not gotten my voice back. And my voice was fine before I did this video. At 139, which is the Magician, and the 39 of the Knight of Cups. Now, at the present moment, is Ascension reversed, rising to come out and recover from frustration, the inability to be aroused or conceive of, or sharing or settling out with the King of Wands reversed, getting over themselves, the Emperor reversed, perhaps stepping down for a new life and a new love. And that was it. Oh, that was my break. We're not done yet. So I took a break to eat right at this point. And I noticed that there were two little caterpillars. They were baby caterpillars. One was on my counter, like inchworming across the counter. And another one was inside my sink, which I was surprised it survived that long in my sink. So I took them both outside, but it was really cool that 2 caterpillars came up, because then I did a meditation today where she was talking about a caterpillar and the transformation. So I come back to the read. It was 207, which is 2 of the High Priestess and the 7 of the Chariot. The Knight of Wands getting busy with issues at work. After hanging out stuck or hung out to dry. No big love now at work, but the worst is over and reaping rewards, perhaps of sleazy sex or casual sex partner, or third energy sex, while with somebody else. And the Hermit shedding light on a breakdown up or through, and the Knight of Cups offering love to the Fool after addressing emergencies at work perhaps, free to leap without a care in the world, or reaping rewards of the evil Empress or Dark Mother, unstable, moving, or ending a marriage, or reaping rewards of the Patient Angel, or the quest to move, or come out about it, or after not getting any sleep. Soon as the transition reversed, portals perhaps temporary closing, post-eclipse, with the sun downing, the sun reversed and being draining, the King of Pentacles upright in uncomfortable energies in the aftermath of sudden events, which is the solar eclipse, and other things as well, the Queen of Swords reversed, released from prison or anxiety of negative past or kids, or breakup or lack of affection, lovers, kids, drained, sick, tired, and or overexposed at 232, where the sun then brightened, and 2 is the High Priestess, 32 is the journey. So overexposed to the Page of Cups reversed, the crybaby or the baby crying, spoiled or just vulnerable to the sun's rays, or the sun went down the day the Queen of Swords reversed was rejected, or the Queen of Swords reversed is free due to child took a trip to visit someone else. So maybe someone who lives with a child, they went away, so now they have time to themselves. Still drained or lacking sun, but the worst is over, or someone had an abortion and or a miscarriage. A mother released from a child can be a good, bad, or neutral thing. The King of Pentacles could be fine to hang out with clingy kids, giving the Queen of Swords reversed a break from whiny kids. He is the wounded warrior, that's how he's seeing himself today, finding peace, healing, and reaping rewards and coming clean, or getting clean, or cleaning the house. The wounded warrior looking back or living in the past. Separation comes up, new love, it is safe for you to love, and chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. Around him or how he is seen is the Tower reversed in the aftermath of sudden events, perhaps avoiding things. The Page of Wands reversed and the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Empress upright here, frustrated, patient, or patient with kids, or the Page of Wands is reversed, having a temper tantrum. That can be a Sagittarius child who's not happy, and I'm still struggling to speak, you guys. A child not happy, the Emperor and the Empress, perhaps going out shopping without them. The Emperor and the Empress are both upright here with the 3 of Cups, and that can be somebody's parents. We definitely have Sagittarius energy here, and a Page of Wands reversed energy, which can be a child who's having a temper tantrum. But they definitely look like they're going out, coming together, perhaps spending money. They could be losing money, but the Emperor and Empress are both coming up as upright and strong. So it looks more like they're spending money on something, whether it's a big purchase or just going out shopping, and someone looks upset about it. So there may be a big purchase or hanging out with dysfunctional family, or ones who spend a lot or lost money but are still happy just to be together. Sagittarius upright, Aries upright, Taurus and Scorpio reversed, or child or Sagittarius is stuck with their parents or grandparents, or the Emperor is patient and joyful, but the Empress is spending, dysfunctional, or has a bad temper, or spending on you when they want something for themselves, the Emperor and the Empress, so that could be like your parents, but otherwise they're difficult to please, but good right now at 246. 2 is the High Priestess and 46 is the children in the garden, the 6 of Cups. Or the Emperor and Empress are patient but uninspired. The Emperor may be with a dysfunctional family or lost money or is a spender, and the Empress a socialite along with his status, so she benefits from his status. The Master needs to clear blocks of the Five of Pentacles reversed, recovering from juggling when the worst is over, and stepping up to the plate or up to the bat and spreading the word. Rebirth comes up for the masculine, but even more so is karmic completion. Starting over, tossing out instructions or instructors, scissors, magnet, coin found hidden on pillar. The emperor gazing or just dazed about a trophy wife stealing his light, anything to show off her body or flirt or tell others what to do, being the director. The Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, along with his back turned toward her, no longer silenced and starting over, but stuck at the moment, offering the truth to end the pain. The worst is over for the Emperor. The Seven of Pentacles reaping rewards in the E-Tower, not working or no longer working, now manifesting big time, a journey of good news and coming to the Queen of Cups to get over her pain. Losing hope, dumping a load, a burden, or responsibilities for their destiny. Sharing or settling out, and I'm really struggling to finish because it's very difficult to talk right now. The King of Cups watching the past or watching someone else look or go back to two living in the past. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. Taurus upright, Pisces upright, Libra upright, Aquarius reversed, and Aries upright. Six of Orbs, Six of Orbs or Swords upright here. All about peace and finding peace or moving to a peaceful place. After the Knight of Wands reflects on how to be happy with self and a negative past. The Page of Cups reversed and the Wounded Warrior. Avoidance, suffering in silence, conflict, challenged by clarity, needing to know more, and confirmations outside of himself. No allowing transition to happen, not wanting to be left out, being allowed back into the fold, or upside down world of the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, losing hope, sharing with the King of Cups, and looking back or going to visit some friends or relatives, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, or Taurus and Pisces, or an old-fashioned couple, or religious or traditional couple. Peace, suffering in silence, and in love. The Page of Cups reversed, rejected, and conflicted, with their world upside down, challenged by clarity, of the Wounded Warrior resisting change, avoiding recovery from exile, with the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, needing to heal, share, or is healing and sharing with the King of Cups by looking back and doing shadow work and clearing the wounds of the past. And that was at 3:08 this afternoon. Well, I'm glad that's over because I don't have to talk anymore. So I'm definitely going to pull an energy card again. Because I'd like my throat to clear up here. It's 32, 49, and 50, which is the Get Your Wish card and the Emotional Fulfillment card on the journey of the 32. As we hit 33, which is the Christ vibration, and the Seven of Wands, standing up for yourself without being defensive. All right, so why is my throat completely closed off? Why is my throat completely closed off? All right, so a little group of cards came out. The bottom of the deck is 4th Chakra Archangel Raphael, which is all about the heart. And 38 is the Queen of Cups. So it's very much about focusing on the heart. And these three cards came out together. So we have appreciation, but it's also the 15 of the devil on the shadow side of things. So is somebody showing appreciation truly being authentic, or are they just giving you lip service? And then we have the 8, which is having strength at the Y in the road to make a decision, right? When you're not sure. And this is like why my throat is closed up. And then here's the envy of others around judging you. All right, so this is someone afraid. Someone's like pretending to have gratitude all the time, so they don't want to let them down because they're appreciating them, but they may just be, saying that so they'll do what they want. And then here's the other energy on the other side of them, people who are envious and then judging them for everything. So how do they make this choice? If they go this way, they get judged. If they go this way, is it real gratitude, or is it just they just getting lip service because this person's trying to get them to do what they want? So how do they make this decision? And the red is covering them, which all has to do with the root chakra. So it's kind of like the feeling of being very lonely at the top, right? There's only gratitude if you keep doing what you're doing for them, right? Do they walk away if you stop doing for them? And then the others are all envious of you. So who do you trust? The underlying energy is all about focusing on the heart chakra, the Queen of Cups. I'm going to pull some cards one more time. See what comes up here. So I didn't tell you the cards over here. I pulled some extra cards that I was guided to pull. Here's the Death card, the Eight of Cups, and then the Eight of Swords. So double eights there, which is reminding us about Lionsgate. And then we have the Dark Knight. Dark Knight walking through to Lionsgate, which is where we are now. It's always an important time of the year. And it's walking away and within, but that Eight of Cups right now is reversed, which is sitting in uncomfortable energies of, being imprisoned. Because actually in this read, the Eight of Swords is reversed. So sitting in uncomfortable energies, but learning how to release yourself while sitting in those uncomfortable energies, which may be what the masculine's doing between now and Lionsgate, since we have 8-8 there. And then over here we have the Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles and the Hermit. So I believe the Two of Cups in this read, was it reversed? I think it was. I think both the Lovers and the Two of Cups were reversed. I'm not finding it right now. Yeah, it's reversed. So Two of Cups is reversed. So either a breakup, not seeing eye to eye, or not seeing face to face. And then issues at work. The Three of Pentacles has been coming up reversed mostly. And then the Hermit's upright today. Shedding light on it. Which can just reference me shedding light because I'm Virgo on this situation for you guys. So still issues at work, not seeing eye to eye with others or in one-on-one relationships for the masculine here, but associated with work. All right, so 3 cards came out again, and then there's 2 more after that as well. So again, we have the Magician, the Mirror, the underlying energy, which also came up with Raphael. So it's staying very heart-based, being the messenger of truth. Remember that truth without love can be excruciating, so make sure to be truthful with love. And then these 3 cards came up this time. The Six of the Contract, which is love, family, and community, but also the Lovers and having balance. This is like a cross between the Lovers and justice. And then we have the action card of the polarizations, the black and the white of it, and the action of the 2 running together side by side, which then merges the energies, and the man holding a heart. All right, this is the masculine grieving with the 45. Loss, regret, guilt, shame. Standing at the Y in the road, not knowing what decision to make. And wanting to run together, but wanting to be fair to everybody involved. So we have the 6 of the Lovers and Lovers, family, community. The 17 of the Star, and the Star status, and the Stars of the Twins. And then we have the 45 of the grief of the masculine. Then these 2 also wanted to come up. The Journey. Somebody's definitely leaving. Their bags are packed. They're on the 40 bridge with the rainbow bridge with directions here. They have directions. So they're going on the journey. They're just going to pick one and go because there's adjacent possibilities. And when you don't like one, just toss it out and try another. So it just has to do with your perspective. People are very different this way. Some people have a very easy time with doing this, and other people struggle very much with it. You have the 2 of the High Priestess and then the 24 of the Queen of Wands. So this could literally be the partner of the masculine and or the divine feminine, or both. This could be the divine feminine crossing the 40 bridge, while the Queen of Wands, the 24, has adjacent possibilities. Or the masculine struggling because the Queen of Wands is tossing out the adjacent possibilities, not wanting to do what she doesn't have to do. So that's what's coming up there. My voice is still struggling here. All right, it's just 3944, the Knight of Cups and the 44, grounding and integrating and mastering the receiving of love. And then 38 was just on the clock. So again, the Queen of Cups coming up. Focus on your heart space. Very important right now. And relax, because the throat chakra is very stressed right now. Just know your truth. Just be truth and love. That's all you have to do. Speak your truth. Be authentic to who you are. If it hurts another's feelings, and then that, if you're being truthful and loving, and the other person gets triggered, it's always then their wound to work on. It's not your responsibility how they react when you're being truthful and loving. How can you be any better than that? All right, you have to be truthful and loving. And that's the challenge for us, is being completely authentic with ourselves, even if it hurts somebody else's feelings. Okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to go to bed. So make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. And you guys, rise and be love. I'll see you later. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.